All right, you guys talking to Mike?
Hi, Mobby.
Heyo.
Dano, 1, 2, 3.
Dano.
Dano, 1, 2, 3.
Dano,
Can you hear
1,
him?
2, 3.
Dan.
Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Dan, the man.
Dan.
Okay, we can't hear you.
Dan, the man.
Dan, the man. And he ate my hand. I don't know it from there. Sorry. I got a rockin' and a rolling bones. Fuck you. Suck.
Dan, the man. Dan, the man.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Can you hear us?
And he can hear us. Yeah.
Okay.
Very loudly.
All right.
Did you like my singing?
Okay, hold on. Let me try to get mine.
Dan.
Oh, I guess I'm not locked in because I'm not using either.
This is gonna be funny as fuck. Kyle has to sit right here. Three dudes sitting right by each other on the couch.
What do you think ESPN is?
Dan,
But
the
it's gonna
man.
be very
Dan. Are we streaming?
Alright, we are good.
Ooh, I should crotch stuff.
Alright, what's our angle here? Alright. Boom!
Anatomically accurate.
Maybe
lower there
just a little bit. Get a
Alright.
profile of us.
Get a profile.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Got him?
Nice.
Alright.
You can't rest your hands on your cock, though. Nobody does that.
frequently do that.
Alright. Dan, so I'm thinking that we do it where we'll talk about the Nuggets the most, like we'll react to that, but then like obviously during commercials we'll talk about live odds, we'll talk about
Your mom.
we'll talk about my mom, and then we also have the TNT, like so we
I'd
can
actually
also
prefer
talk
if we didn't
around.
talk about Val tonight.
All right, fair enough.
Feeling
We'll
a
talk
little
around the
traumatized.
NBA, so it can also, for
fair
podcast form, it can also serve as like we're giving a lot of live opinions on stuff that is
She's
useful
wagging her
heading
tail.
forward.
She wants
And-
on the couch, but
Oh.
she's
not
she
allowed.
won't get. No, she is allowed. She just won't get up unless like you tell her to get on.
Oh,
Be
okay.
like, Molly, get on the couch, and you got to slap it.
Well, get on the couch.
Get up there.
Get on
You
up
get up there right now.
Get on up there.
Get up there right now.
Get on up
You
here.
get up there.
You get on up here.
All right,
Stay.
You
we
get on
are
up
ready.
here.
We are ready whenever you are.
on
I'm
up
gonna
here.
try to pull up odds to have it, but if you just have that as our stream, and if you just want to click around,
Wait,
Dan,
is
if we're
it,
talking
it's
about
gonna be
a different
us
one.
and then the odds.
Okay. And can you
Great
are
job,
you able
Dano.
to copy and paste the link into
Dano,
Canon?
Dano, do you just want to
Because
hit?
then I'll use that for Twitter as well. Andrew Wiggins, All Star.
Kyle, shut the fuck up. Hey, I want to duck.
Okay. Fair feedback. Fair feedback. You want to talk?
Dano, do you just want to hit record and come on over?
Oh, that's a good idea. Why not? She's a
Yeah, I don't know. It says it's. Hold on. All of a sudden, it like. Maybe. Because we haven't done our camera.
Did you get it live?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Did you see the final score?
I wonder if the
Oh fuck.
I wonder if the
Didn't see that.
Wi-Fi is making it so that we can't get our camera.
It was a working though. Hit the button at the top. Hey,
Huh.
the eye with the.
Yeah, that's
Thing
hiding.
through
That's
it.
just hiding me.
Oh, okay.
That's all that is.
Oh,
Then hide cam and then go back to cam.
Yeah.
Did
I
you try that?
too, yeah.
Did you do the hit the settings thing here?
Oh, Golden State. That could be worth a live bet here.
Hide incoming. Why
Do you
the
want me
fuck
to
won't
just
let us edit this?
Golden State's favored by 5.5 still.
Yeah.
Let's get it up to 10.
Portland's pretty good, dude.
Portland's not good.
Well, they're not good, but they've been playing well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Since they made the trades.
And Anfernee Simons is fucking legit. I'm so pissed off when I was in Portland. And Curry has been shooting like shit. Except for the All-Star game when they left him wide open.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, I'm gonna try
defense
to.
has.
I'm gonna leave this and then come back.
Yeah. Some guy. Thing that was just like Squadcast being glitchy.
Okay.
Oh, was that what kicked it?
Yeah. I mean, if it goes off again with record, I don't know why it would do that because it didn't do that when we all were there. So just try it again. Okay. Good. All right. Perfect. If you want to send that link, I'll put it on the Twitter.
On what Twitter?
On the Rotage Twitter.
Should I pull up my computer and get the feed of the thing?
Okay, sounds good.
I'll put it on my phone.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Do you not want to put it in Gamblers Anonymous or what?
Is this yours? Have you drank yet?
Yeah, that's where I was gonna
No,
copy it. I was like, are you like self-conscious in front of Sharky now or what?
I tried to get Sharky to bite at your shit today, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so fucking angry just by myself. Like,
Ryan and I are texting.
I was just going the fuck off.
Yeah,
like,
Ryan was like, did I go too hard? I was like, no, he's being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
was
let's go,
mostly saying,
Bones.
like, was that just not the time or place to, like, fucking just demolish?
They call it travel?
Or out
Oh,
of
stepped
bounds.
out of bounds.
No.
Yep.
So what are we doing? We're just talking about this
We're talking
game,
about the game,
and then
anything that crosses
NBA
our
in
periphery. Yep.
So
exactly.
we're just having a general NBA
Yep,
podcast.
general NBA podcast. I think it'll be cool to practice the live thing for Avs playoffs. I think we want to refine that, and then I think it's gonna go.
Oh, we're live.
Hopefully it goes well. Otherwise,
I didn't get the bet in, but I was definitely looking at Nuggets -1.5 first quarter.
yep.
It's getting close, right? Jokic is out, so 28-24 here.
Oh, and
Sacramento.
We're also
got the ball.
probably extremely behind.
Yeah.
Because we can't explicitly explain how we're watching the game right now, but
People-
I can tell you we don't.
Real
have,
ones
we have
know.
Comcast.
Yeah, real ones know.
Text us if you want to know how.
Right. All right. Welcome in. Revenge the Average Joe. We're doing a live Nuggets watch here. We are joining in the first quarter. Here, Denver, Sacramento coming back. Well, we want to do more of these. The idea is we're going to try to get, Austin Rivers. We want to try to watch Denver sports with other fans. And then also share kind of our live gambling. Something that we've talked a lot about is the value of live gambling and the value of betting on something while you're watching it. So throughout this, we'll be giving some tips. If you're listening to this in podcast form, obviously those aren't useful for you, but the idea I think is useful for you of kind of how we think about live betting when we're watching the game. And we just think about the bone saw sometimes.
If he hits that, he's unguardable.
Yeah. Weird Kings team, obviously. They made trades that suggest that they want to make the play-in game.
Well, I think we can explicitly say that everybody in that front office is getting fired if they don't make the playoffs this year. Like, that's the mandate. From everything I've
Right.
heard, that's the mandate from ownership. So
Yeah.
they're not incentivized to plan for the future. They
Which
say, this is my
is
job
bad.
this year, right now. Oh, it's horrible management, but that's
Yeah.
what's going on.
So that's
they
why
did the
we
things
thought
they
it was
did.
going to be kind of a fun game to watch. It's obviously the first game back from the All-Star game.
They're a fun team.
Yeah, they have Sabonis. And then also we'll be talking about on TNT tonight, we got Portland Golden State, which in theory sounds like a terrible game, but as Ryan was talking about before the stream, weirdly, just after trading C.J. McCollum, Anthony Simons has turned into Michael Jordan circa 1992. And they are all of a sudden. I mean, who else is good on that team? They literally traded away Norm Powell. Damian's hurt. They traded away CJ.
Bosnian Beast.
We don't speak kindly of him on this podcast. I'll tell you that. All right, but we've got a Denver Nuggets bench run here with Sabonis on the floor too, which does not speak well for them.
The second unit, outside of, like, once we've truly stopped playing Facu, the second unit has started playing a little better.
Yes.
Like, I think Austin was hurt early in the year.
Former Nugget Trey Lyles closing out the
Very former
Big
Nugget.
minutes
Yeah.
for the Sacramento Kings. I think Bryn Forbes, we can't underplay the role that he's had for this team on the
100%.
bench. What do you
Well,
guys-
it's as we go to break, the Nuggets are up 8. They were up 10 before Trey Lyles put back. I think it can't be overstated that in today's NBA with so much pacing and spacing, the other thing is if you're playing 4-on-5 on offense, it kills you, and it really shows up in playoff series. But if it's as bad as Facu has been, it shows up during the regular season.
I don't think Facu is a bad player necessarily. I think
No.
he's fine. And
I think he could have a Ricky Rubio-like thing where he mentors young teams. He shows you how to play right.
He just
always
can't play
plays
on
hard.
this team.
No.
He can't play on this team.
Correct.
He's on the wrong team. Like, I think he's got. If he was on Sacramento right now, they would love him. Like, it would be, and he would help them win some games because he can get in a rhythm. I don't hate Facu. He's just a terrible fit for the team.
I hate Facu. He's a terrible fit for any team. He plays terrible defense.
you're wrong.
His
You're wrong.
season high in points was 18. He's done
He
that.
plays fine defense.
He plays terrible defense.
He
He's
tries.
small. He's
Yeah,
small.
he's just small sometimes.
So the wrong guard will light him up.
Yeah,
Correct.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's true of every guard we play in our rotation.
By the way, right now, I want to get your guys' take on this. End of the first quarter, like I said. They must not have counted that one. It's showing now still a 10-point game, 35-25. It is now Denver 8.5. It was 4.5 before this game. Dietz, you mentioned that you took first quarter minus 1.5.
Yeah.
So
Feel good
great
about
bet
that.
there. Do we like? It's minus 8.5. It is minus 122.
And minus 9.5 on Caesar. So always shop around. Have a couple
Yep, this is on
books.
FanDuel.
Yeah.
Money line minus 430. Obviously, we're not touching that. This is still the Nuggets. They are going to let Sacramento back in this game somehow. And then the over-under is 234.5, and that's what attracts me. This Denver team is prone to cold spells. And also, we play at a very slow pace. So I really do like a under 234.5, and that's minus 111. So that's what jumps out to me right there. Anything else jumping out to you guys?
I'm looking at the quarter bets here. I think second quarter is where I'd look at instead of money line or a full-time game bet. We're seeing a lot of runs with this Nuggets team. I don't think they're going to win the game by 10 points. So you could look at Sacramento plus 9.5, but I don't like betting on bad teams. They're inconsistent. They could get blown out this game, so I'm not touching it.
Yep.
I'd be more curious to see if maybe they come back and you can get the Nuggets at like a -5. Let's take a look.
Will Barton's points over under right now is 14.5. He has 9.
By the way, that is 19.5 on FanDuel. So Caesar's great shopping around value there. That's insane.
20.5 live.
I have 15.5.
Is it letting you go?
It's not
No,
currently.
suspended. Yeah,
Okay.
must have gone up. But
But I think this is where you got to look at the player props because you can kind of get a feel for the game. So I don't think we're blowing Sacramento out in their house. I would lean taking the points on Sacramento. I agree with Kyle on the under. I don't think we're winning this game by 10. We hardly ever win by 10. And I say we because I'm on the team, for those of you that didn't know.
yeah,
Not traveling with the team currently, anti-vax,
I'm
recently
triple
exposed.
vaccinated
Recently
and
exposed.
take COVID very seriously.
Dante DiVincenzo is looking terrible thus far. He's gotten cooked by Austin Rivers, and I liked him coming out of Villanova.
Well, I liked him on the Bucks.
I wish they had
Yeah.
player props for shot.
But
attempts.
he has that, and then he just turned the ball over as well. Jermichael Green started off this quarter with an illegal screen. Everyone has talked about, I think on Nuggets Twitter, the benefit of boogie screens. Jermichael almost has the opposite of that, where he tries to set very physical screens, but just gets called for illegal screens every time. So yeah, not great, Bob.
Looking at this Golden State Warriors Portland Trailblazers game, Portland's up 32-27 going into halftime here, barring a last-minute score. Anything you guys are looking at for this one? Ooh, three-pointer by Golden State, 32-30 at this point now.
I haven't looked at the odds, but this isn't a point I'd want to bet this game. It feels too early to bet two teams that I watch. I mean, I watch a lot of basketball, but I only watch these teams semi-regularly. So, but this is where you got to look at those player prop markets. I don't know what exactly I would look at, but check ESPN and check the line. See what you like.
Yeah.
At one point, Portland was up 29-19. The line got down to -5.5, and if you took that live then, you might be feeling okay with it. After first quarter, we almost have a tie score here if you can make it a couple free throws.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess my question would be like, do we really like Golden State long term? Like, we're talking about a potential play, championship level team.
No.
Do we like their chances as much as we like them? And I'm saying we in the royal sense of just basketball fans. But I feel like, Steph was obviously, at one point I think he was minus odds to win the MVP, which is insane. Where do we think they go from here? Like, what do you think the ceiling of this team is?
So I think that they are. I think what I hope happens is I hope in some level we see them versus the Suns in the playoffs, because I think you could get unreal value on the Suns in that because of the Warriors' name, because of kind of what they look like. But the Suns are way better than the Warriors, and
how do we feel about
they will
Chris
beat
Paul
their ass
injury?
I think that was bound to happen, and if I am a Suns fan, I'm like, thank God it happened now.
No, but do you realize what that timeline looks like?
Yeah, I guess 6 weeks is with it being so close.
It's end of the regular season.
Yeah.
6 weeks is the last Nuggets game is the first day that Chris Paul could return.
Right.
I don't think anybody's catching the Suns. They're 7 games up.
They're not
No, but
they're
just
not catching
he might
them,
be
but
out of rhythm.
Like,
Yeah.
They might catch them on a slide. Then you didn't pay DeAndre Ayton. Then because Chris Paul's not feeding him, he starts to get a little pissed off.
Yeah.
I think there's a real narrative thing that with the Suns where I don't trust them. So that's kind of why I'm asking about the Warriors. Like, you look at details that pulled up here: Suns, Warriors, Grizzlies, Jazz, Mavs, Nuggets. Like, to me, the Timberwolves are fun, but they can't win.
No.
So, like,
Also, the Timberwolves' schedule to come out of the gates here is brutal.
And they'll match up against the Suns or the Warriors. I don't think they're getting out of round one, regardless of Chris Paul. Imagine if the Lakers got the Suns in round one and they were healthy.
well, imagine a Timberwolves-Lakers play-in game, because that's what you're looking at. It's top 6 seeds.
Well, that's
So you could have a Timberwolves-Lakers play-in game that the winner of it plays the Warriors.
also, I would just say, as Sabonis gets another and one, as Jermichael Green isn't, where is Boogie Cousins? He must be injured, or because we don't want to sign him till Friday.
Oh, I thought we signed
because
for the
we
rest of the year.
save. Well, we're supposed
I
to
don't
do
think
it
it's official.
upcoming, but yeah, I think we save like $10,000 a day every day we don't sign it. So like I think it might be one of those. But Sabonis already with 14 in this game. I was going to mention him on that. He's just a really skilled player, one, and two, I think that he's perfect for the pick and roll for De'Aaron Fox in terms of he can hit mid-range floaters, he can post up, and he's a really good rebounder, where he just got an offensive rebound right there and created points for himself. Sabonis. I'm trying to find. It's still locked right now on FanDuel here. And also, what did we tell you? Don't take the Nuggets minus 8.5. It is now a 3-point game. Probably about to be a 2-point game. About to be a dogfight.
With 8:30 left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
In 4 minutes, we went from a 10-point the Nuggets aren't blowing people out. We don't ever blow anybody out.
Also, they've played Sabonis through this. So if you can get this, know that Sabonis probably has to sit for these next 3-4 minutes after this free throw. So that's what I would caution you is think about these substitution patterns when you're watching these NBA games. If a team runs their starter through the end of the first quarter into the beginning of the second, okay, he's probably not coming back in until 2 or 3 minutes, especially for a big guy like that. What were you going to say, though, Deets? What did you like out there?
I love these period bets live. You can get Nuggets plus 7.5 for the period right now. Nikola Jokic is going to come back in on the next break, and they're going to come
Do
back.
they have to outscore them in the second, or they just have to be up by 8 points at the end of the quarter?
So it's for the period. I think I need to do a little research.
It's -8. -8 would be outscore them by 8 in that quarter, not up by 8.
Yeah, so I don't like that one.
But
just
Nuggets are
because.
plus 7.5. So I think the Kings have outscored them already by 6.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying minus 7.5, and I was like,
Me
what?
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's great, though.
Yeah.
Yep. That is a great.
See a plus
Really.
7.5.
Where do you find that? This is the problem with recording a live. Like, wait, what is
Plus
that?
8.5. Shit. I can't do it.
Plus 9.5. Why?
Well, I guess the Kings are probably scoring.
Yeah, it must be getting bet up.
Wasn't meant to be.
Looking at this Warriors team right now, by the way, the only variable to me
Got it.
is Kuminga. He started to look a lot nicer lately. And I mean, I think playoffs expose rookies, so like I would obviously I would caution that, but he's a defensive-minded guy who looks like he's trying to figure out rotations right now.
Yeah,
and starting to have that come together for him.
To me, the upside of Kuminga is like he's obviously such a defensive threat that, unlike what I worry about with Bones in a playoff situation, not that he would be in our rotation, assuming a healthy Jamal Murray, but like the defense sticks a little bit more than the offense does. So I think he could kind of just lay off of that offensive thing and say, I have two of the best shooters of the last decade. Like, I'm gonna oh my god.
Nuggets just have to be up by 2 at halftime for this bet to win.
By the way,
Okay.
intriguing that Malone, something that we, I think, have complained about as Nuggets fans, that Malone doesn't bring Jokic back in to stop bleeding. 8:30 left in this quarter
Stop
here.
doing that. I think Jokic must have said something
Yeah.
and been like, listen, man, I don't care. Like, I want to win.
Yeah.
And, like, what he will do, what I've noticed, is he might bring him out with a minute left in the half and
Yeah.
just basically substitute that minute.
And there's Sabonis misses. Great Jokic defense. Kidding. He just missed.
That's foul.
Yeah. I am also shocked. I don't know what the Kings are doing here, but like, is Sabonis going to come out of this game? Like he hasn't been. No, I'm just saying he was in at the end of the first quarter, and then he has played this whole second.
Maybe they do the like 7 to 4 minute. Some teams do that 3 minutes in the middle of the first quarter.
I mean, did the owner just guarantee that they can't? Geez, what a pass!
Oh,
that's a hockey assist, but that was an unbelievable distribution from Jokic, and now lead back to 5.
I don't think we have to do this live
Down the
because we're probably very behind.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, it's halfway
Shout
through the
out
first
the,
quarter. Yeah. We're
Sabonis already up to 17 right now. We've got Gordon back. Oh,
You got to
that
pull
was
it if
right.
you're Gordon.
I think.
Okay.
I guess for some content for the people here, do we want to talk about the division odds for the Nuggets?
Would love to do that.
I mean, they're probably well, they might not be locked right now, but I love it. I think we all can kind of feel this team clicking along, and I don't trust this Jazz team at all. I think they kind of suck. The Nuggets have an easy schedule down the stretch. The Jazz have a very hard schedule down the stretch.
More road games.
And I just think the upside of that bet right now is pretty high. I think, let's see, what did I get it at the other day? I already bet it. It's one of the few.
Plus 550 earlier this week.
Plus 650 right now.
Yep.
Yeah. I got it at 700. So I hardly ever bet a future. You've heard me talk about this on the podcast before. I hate it. I hate having my capital tied up in it. But I just felt like the odds were too good. I also bet them to win the championship because I get a free bet for every win they have after the All-Star break. But I just think there's real value there. And I definitely think it's worth a taster. Come on, Thrill.
It's the right play.
Yep.
For those of you who haven't heard Thrill, Will Barton rapping,
Recommend?
highly.
Okay.
Highly.
Drops a lot of Nuggets knowledge, I hear. Talks about Mikey M, which is Mike Malone, if you haven't put that together. NJ, Nikola Jokic, he references him. And then Stinky P, which would be Paul Millsap.
My favorite lyric is y'all can hang the banners, I'll take the bag.
But he didn't live that way. He took a discount to come back to Denver.
Yeah.
Oh,
He also has a
yes,
fuck
Will.
the analytics line. Yeah, Big Thrill, I believe, is the song by Thrill,
Excellent.
the rapper.
That's a nice little pass there.
Once
Superb
again,
1-2.
Sabonis up to 19.
Oh, Jokic cross-court pass. Put it down, Big Will. Big Thrill, sorry.
Right now, want to update these odds. It is Nuggets minus 4.5
For the game.
Yep, for the game. Money line down to minus 220. That total has stayed pretty locked in. Obviously, the Nuggets have gone through that drought that I kind of talked about, but Sacramento's kind of scored at will here. That's stayed pretty total, and I still like that under. They're fairly a fair amount. Golden State minus 12.5 right now, and that's pretty darn impressive. And then also
Is that real?
we have
I mean, it's a verified account.
those are the two games for now. At halftime, we'll kind of go into some of the games tomorrow and maybe give out some best bets there, or at least our initial impressions.
Let's check in on Nikola Jokic's double-double. I know AK-47 bet that earlier tonight, so we'll take a look at the box score.
Did he bet it?
As always, heavy bet, over $1,000. Listening to the podcast, Nuggets up 51-48 now here with 4:11 remaining. If you're following pod bets and you bet the plus 8.5 on
Yeah, you're looking
the
good.
live, you're looking good. It's pretty close. They've played even since Jokic came back in, but I'd look for them to pull away a little bit toward the end of the quarter. You might even be able to get him live if you like it. Nikola Jokic for the double-double. We have him 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Triple-double watch. Kyle, what do you think?
I think that right now I'm not liking the way that the role players are shooting threes. This is something we've referenced on the podcast. Jokic has 15 to 16 assists a game. And not like an assist as in like, oh, that's kind of a good shot, as in like he created a wide open three. But right now we've seen Will miss some open threes. We've seen, some Austin miss some open threes. I just don't like how the role players are shooting currently. So I would say no due to the assists. I also think that he's going to need to be aggressive here as Sabonis goes out. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on as well.
You think Sabonis will go out in the
In the second
half?
quarter,
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
exactly.
okay.
I think they're going to have to rest him. Unless it's an owner mandate that they just don't take Sabonis out. He's like, we're trading for him. Also, he plays all 48 minutes.
He's played 16 minutes thus far. Jokic has played 14. So it wouldn't be crazy if he played the whole first
I
half.
bet you they did that 7 to 4 minute
Yeah.
rotation.
Yeah, had to be.
Which normally some of them, they might take him out before. I don't know.
I think they're going to rest him more in the first half than the second.
You're
That's
coming
just a
back from
guess.
the All-Star break. Play all 48. You had... What was Sabonis?
What do you
doing?
guys make of this here? Some movement here, just with the Kings scoring, one bucket. Movement going to 236 and a half.
It's 51 to 50.
Yeah. So just one bucket and it moved 2.5 points here.
Yeah, that's why you don't bet those.
Do people think that? Is this the Nuggets not shooting well from three right now? People think they heat up. Obviously, the Kings are not known for their defense. And while Sabonis is an incredibly skilled player, he's not known for his stalwart
I think there
defense
might
either.
have been a break, but I don't think it means that the Nuggets have changed at all. Which
Yeah.
means that this game is going to be wire to wire, very close until approximately 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, in which case we will either pull away and win by 8, or we will keep it close and lose by 2 or win by 4.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm saying if you're taking those plus,
So
if
you
you're
still
taking
don't
the
like
swings,
the 4.5.
Hell no, 4.5.
Because I know you
give
didn't
me
like
2.5.
Yeah. And also in the third quarter,
give
you're
me
gonna
under
see,
a bucket.
You
Yeah, right. You're not gonna. This isn't the last time you're gonna see value.
Yeah.
You're not peaking in the valley right now. You're still somewhere in the mountainous terrain.
unless you were trying to bet the Kings, in which case plus 9.5, plus 10, that might have been as good as you're going to see for the game.
Yeah.
Unless
yeah,
we get
true.
up by a little late.
Well, and I did say I would take the Kings plus 9.5.
Yep.
All right.
They're
I
kind
just
of a
think-
feisty team. I like De'Aaron Fox. I like Sabonis.
Not hitting that, Austin.
I also just think that
was on
this
the line.
team is trying to win.
Oh,
And they're, they do
Oh
have
my
real
God,
players.
Dante.
Austin, by the way, also that is the second time he has taken DiVincenzo's pants down.
That was like a middle school strip.
Yeah. Dante hasn't been this embarrassed since his tweets about using the N-word came out before the draft. He was Joe Rogan before Joe Rogan. Never forget. The difference being he was in middle school. So I think you could probably...
Well, I like Drew Lock then.
You might have learned some things.
Yeah, you could probably say maybe he matured, but maybe not. You never know.
55-53 with about 2:45 left for the Nuggets. This one's going down to the wire if you took our a podcast bet live there.
Yep. I think
Portland falling
the...
behind heavy to the
Yeah. It really looks like... This is the other thing about Golden State that I would say about live betting them is that they're such an avalanche of a team in terms of they have so many, similar to the Nuggets really, they have so many role players taking threes that
They
when those
whip
guys
the
feel
ball
good
around,
about
too.
themselves, then all of a sudden, things come at you
quickly. Yeah.
and they're such a momentum-based team. Also, I would say Steph Curry is not the best player in the NBA. I wouldn't even put him in the top 3, but I would say he's the most demoralizing player in the NBA. When he starts getting going and he hits some of those threes, you can just see teams slump, and they really have a hard time with him. So,
Well, when you feel like you're doing a good job and the guy is torching,
Right.
you can understand the frustration
yeah.
for sure.
Also, I have not seen Andrew Wiggins make a shot. All-star starter, Andrew Wiggins. Since we've had this game on.
K-pop.
Yeah.
Thank you, K-pop.
Good to see.
Nuggets now at 57-54 with Nikola Jokic at the line for an and one.
Oh,
Makes that
of
50
course he
54.
makes it. Of course he makes it.
Going
This
forward
is
for this game.
an interesting team too. Seeing the Kings, obviously they're going to play again Saturday in Denver. Harrison Barnes is
We'll be at the game. Come say hi.
incognito, a very large guy. He does not look small compared to Eric Gordon, who is a very physical
I mean, not trading Harrison Barnes is your number one flag that ownership does not, or the GM does not care about the future. He just wants to win now.
This year.
Because Harrison Barnes is a perfect piece to add to any contending team. And the Kings were like, nope, we need him for our run.
Yeah.
Which is...
Imagine sending him back to the Warriors. You could get some real value there.
Imagine living in Sacramento. Harrison Barnes has to be so angry.
There it is.
I've been there,
by the way,
I've been there 3 times, and it's the second closest I've ever been to pooping myself without actually pooping myself was in the Chipotle parking lot after a regional 10K in Sacramento, California. And it was one of the saddest moments of my life.
By the way, they are sitting. If you're looking for a live quarter bet right now, Sabonis has sat down, and someone named Jones, who I don't 100% know who he is, by the way, is guarding Jokic, and that led to that and one.
It's not Herb.
No, he's still with Pelicans. I disagree with that Harrison Barnes on Monte Morris switch, but
Nuggets now up 61-56. That
Yeah.
bet's home free.
Yeah.
Home free.
this is
51-40.
Good win by the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The syndicate. If you joined us on the bet, you are part of the syndicate. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know. Post pictures of that Krause. Congratulations.
Rotage pod. Something like that. Yeah.
If you know our password, please text
That
us. One of us got drunk and changed it.
By the way,
I was the last one to post, but I did not change it.
by the way, that was a truly terrible possession that Jokic just bailed out. That was the equivalent. Like Aaron Gordon, we tried to post Aaron Gordon. He got the ball poked away from him 3 straight times, and then they just forgot to guard Jokic
Oh, shit,
with
it's close here.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
58-61. This bet is not home free.
But
Damn it. Premature fist bump. 63-58. We're home free. Okay. Celebrate.
Do you want to say that? Celebrate.
celebrate good times. Man. That also, I would just say this for Nuggets fans. This is not a betting thing, but just a observation watching the team. You have to, when you're in with Jokic, you have to know that literally no one cares about you as the guy with the ball, which is weird for a pick and roll. But there, you saw Barton pass into almost a double team because it was like, oh, like Jokic is the other guy, so they're going to just.
Christ.
They are going to just punch themselves in the genitals.
That's how he likes to celebrate.
That's true.
It was accurate.
That's true.
It was accurate. Keep me humble. I'm not going to make an emotional bet, which is Deets Teach of the Week. Don't bet emotionally.
Yeah.
I just made a big win. Done for the game. I'm
That's-
not done for the game. I'm going to keep betting.
Yeah,
Hit me
but don't
again,
do
hit
it
me
anything.
again.
Don't do it crazy.
I'm good. Not going to throw 150 on Nuggets money line.
No. Deets, I'll hit you in the penis for real.
Jenny. Let's check this out here.
We are at halftime.
15-7-5 for Jokic.
Yeah. This is, by the way, a
Triple
Jokic
double
staple
that's not
right now.
bad, man.
Well, he's got 7 assists too. It's not even.
Oh,
rebounds.
wow.
Yeah. The Jokic staple right now is he has about 6 points. Like the Kings broadcast that we're watching, they talked about like, let's look at the comparison between the Sabonis and Jokic, and it's, Sabonis has 19, Jokic has 6, and all of a sudden Jokic just turns it on at the end of the half, and it's a real mark of a star player. But not only that, but it's truly he's a point guard where he's like, I can get mine anytime I need to. So I'm going to try to take a back seat, conserve my energy, and then I'm going to kill you before the half. And that's something that is a real mark of a star and is really great to see. Right now we are at -5.5, That's minus 120 for the Nuggets. So I think no value in the 5.5 for the Nuggets. We're in agreement there. Ryan, you've been vigorous about that.
This is Maul.
Again, 6 on Caesars, which again,
Yep.
it's a half a point.
But could
Turn
make a
the tide.
difference.
Could.
And then also we've got money line minus 335. I don't think there's any value.
Interesting. So it's minus 6 on Caesars, but then minus 280. So better money line odds, but worse spread odds.
Yep. And then we are down to 235.5. So want to take a look at the player props right now. So Will Barton has 15. He is 22.5 there. Anything that you like on the Barton? I know you were on that train earlier, Ryan. 22.5.
It seems a little high, honestly. Because sometimes he can just go really quiet. So I'm not going to touch that. I did look at it. None of the player props really stood out to me right now. I'm going to kind of see how we come out in this third quarter.
Sabonis 30.5.
How many fouls on
That's
Sabonis?
very high. I also think that if this game, if you told
these
me-
guys performed at the Nuggets halftime the other day. If you're watching the League Pass stream of the Nuggets right now, which I don't know how you would be doing if you're in Colorado. We're not either. But the acrobats that are performing at Sacramento performed in Denver a couple games ago.
just
Very
following Jokic
impressive.
around,
Very impressive.
they love it.
My bet to start.
Yes.
And I'm not going to put money on this one. I think if I had to make one, it would be Kings in the third quarter minus 105. You could get them at plus 1.5, or let's wait, see how Jokic does to
Yeah.
start the quarter. Nuggets go on like a 6-0 run. You could get Kings live quarter odds.
What's the Nuggets minus 1.5 odds that we're hitting?
Plus 110. And when do we think Jokic is going to go out? When is
2
Jokic
minutes.
going out?
Yeah, I
2
think he
minutes
might
left?
go to whatever, but I think Jokic might come out and try to end this game.
In the third quarter.
That's what I'm saying. And
That's-
Malone, like you said, like you pointed out in the first quarter, Kyle, he's been more flexible with those rotations.
Yep.
He might let him go to a minute left in the third if he's just busting them up. And Jokic is like, hey, this lead is 15. Let me
Yeah.
get it to 18.
Also,
And then
Dan,
bring in the second unit for the third.
we got here a little late. I've been trying to look on Twitter. Do you have any updates on why Boogie? We haven't seen Boogie. Is it the contract thing? Is he? Okay. Okay. So they're waiting until Friday. I had heard that it was going to be Friday, and I guess I did know that it was past the 10-day deal there. So okay, that makes sense. I had seen the Jeff Green JaMychal Green combo out there against Sabonis, and I was like, this is intriguing. Seems like Boogie would be good in these minutes. But that'll be good. They will have him Saturday. That's a player prop that I would look at live as well. The last time Boogie played against the Kings, he dropped over 30 on them. And
There's a little love lost, I would say.
and also there is love lost between Malone as well.
Yeah.
So Malone will leave him out there to let him kill them.
Physically, potentially.
And
Yeah.
Jokic will be like, yeah, buddy, go get
Yeah.
yours, man.
Like Jokic will come back in and pass it.
He'll feed
Oh,
Like,
100%.
yeah,
He'll be
like-
like, yeah, I'll be the point guard.
Yeah.
Take Monte out, leave Boogie in.
Who's
Yeah.
going to guard them if they have Jokic and Cousins? And Sabonis will cover Jokic. Who's covering him?
Harrison Barnes
Mo-
would be what it is. The
Bamba.
question would just be how do you guard
This is
Harrison
where
Barnes
you
on the
miss.
perimeter?
This is
But
where you miss Mo Bamba if you're a Kings fan.
this is where you miss
Never
Luka
thought I'd do that.
Doncic if you're a Kings fan,
Whoa,
and
Kyle,
you
don't have to bring
you
that up.
know
Who did
how-
they take instead of Luka?
Marvin Bagley,
That's
who is
right.
no longer on the team, by the way.
Oh,
And
that's actually
Luka-
what I was thinking about. Mo
Luka.
Bamba's
He's in
Orlando.
Orlando, and
Yeah.
they did take him, and did almost drop 30.5 on Embiid earlier. So that's the career highlight right now.
This is the most impressive part of the routine. If you're watching the League Pass stream, which I don't know how you would be, again, if you're in Colorado. For all of our 4 out of state, and
Yeah,
I know we've got a couple Serbian listeners.
Correct.
You are probably watching this in impressive feat of human strength.
By the way, I love the under 14.5 for Jokic rebounds right now.
I don't love that.
He's at 7. It's minus 125. But
good
I think that this team had, 5 bad minutes, which obviously there's no chance, or there's a chance that they'll do that again. But I think there's a good chance that Jokic doesn't play the last 4 minutes here.
I don't want to bet any Jokic under on rebounds, only because he might miss the shot to himself 3 times in one
Yeah,
possession.
he does
And
love
then
those.
you are really like, you're probably right in the fundamentals of your bet, but that's why I tend to just like not. If I'm ever gonna bet a Jokic rebound prop, it's gonna be over, because I don't like the possibility of him tipping it basically to himself 3 times
Right.
and counting 3 rebounds.
Another Jokic one I wanted to get your guys' take on. Right now, if you think that he can get a triple-double, he has 5 assists a half. It is over 9.5, is plus 106. You are getting plus odds on him having the
2
exact...
assists?
No, 9.5, he has 5.
9.5 assists. Okay.
And he has 5 on FanDuel. So,
Okay.
so they're saying he won't get the same amount of assists the second half as he did the first. I would
just in the half.
No, it's for the game.
Oh,
He
okay.
just has 5. You must have seen a wrong
yeah,
stat.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
He has 7 boards, 5 assists. So
I like that. I like the
Yeah.
assist quite a bit.
yeah, that's a plus 106 if you like that.
Will Barton points have gone up to 22.5 just during halftime. So, folks listening to the podcast, we said go over. You nailed it. It's gone up 2 points. That's the kind of impact a large following can have. That's why you listen live and not to the recording. Thank you, folks, to the syndicate.
Aaron Gordon over a half a 3.
For the second half.
Minus 118. He currently has none, but something to think about there. He shot the ball better, shot it with more confidence. I know that's something that AK-47 has often paired with a Jokic double-double to great effect. So wanted to shout that one out. I don't like anything with the De'Aaron Fox. He has 1. I think you can maybe get an under 1.5, but he's also too much of a chucker that I'm nervous he'll throw some up and a bank or something hurts you. Monte also... over 2.5 is minus 174. He has
For
2 right
rebounds?
now. No, for threes. He has 2 threes. And that's minus 174 there, which is obviously an interesting thing with De'Aaron Fox, who is kind of billed as a really, ball hawking point guard, that he's losing track off the ball of Monte Morris so much that Monte has that.
I don't know. I don't see a lot of value on the board right now.
Yeah, I'm going to wait. My play is definitely going to be wait till the Nuggets come out. Maybe they score a couple buckets and go for the Kings third quarter live.
I think that if I had to make a bet right now, I like the Jokic assists.
What'd you
at
get?
Plus
Was that 8.5?
9.5.
Yeah, plus
on
on
FanDuel.
I don't love that.
I don't love it. I'm just saying for
That-
plus odds for Jokic to do what he did in the first half, and
So
the Kings
I-
have fallen asleep off ball. Monte got that
let me
back
explain
door.
it a little bit, because I don't necessarily think you're wrong, but I think I could see him being aggressive in the third quarter, which means that he's going to take more shots, and that line is going to drop to maybe 8.5, and you could get positive odds on that.
And if you're correct that Sabonis takes that early break in the third, then that means we have Mr.
Nobody.
Jones again,
Yeah.
who I don't think the Kings enjoyed that time of the game.
Okay.
That rotation.
Yeah.
So then are we feeling better about Nuggets minus 1.5?
So I was just about to say
On
third
the
quarter
third
spread
Yeah.
minus a
I'm gonna
half
sit.
point
I'm going to sit on that.
is it just went down. Man, that's a heartbreaking one. But it was minus a half. I mean, you could get it at plus 100. It just went down to minus 111. Obviously, that was hit pretty hard on FanDuel there.
But still minus a half.
That's another thing that when you are live, you really should think of the way I like to do it, and you guys kind of tell me your systems, is I look at the game before the game, and I obviously I have my pregame bets and my things that I like. Those are the first things I'm checking live, because you want to try to hit those things that you kind of put the research into, you put the time. What Dietz always says, bet what you know. So if I spend a lot of time in this game, for instance, researching oh, hey, what's the Andrew Wiggins point total going to look like against the Blazers or something? I want to look at that right away to make sure that I'm getting the value, if there is any, at halftime or something. So, because those odds can change so quick there.
Right.
That's a lot of value lost in not getting it at plus 100 to minus 111. There with
It's
the
a
Nuggets.
10% difference, which
Yeah.
if you're a stock market guy, if you made 10% every year, you'd be so happy. 4% is a fantastic year.
I also, I think I would say Nuggets minus 1.5 for the third quarter is still plus 112.
Oof, that's good odds, man.
I think
That's
that's
not bad, Caesars.
I think that's a good bet for the third quarter.
It's only plus 110 on Caesar, so you get an extra 2 there.
It's
DraftKings
locked on.
on yours.
And then
Results at the end of the third quarter. Who will be ahead? Kings is plus 260.
in a 5-point game.
Holy shit.
I don't hate that.
Especially because the Nuggets, as we saw in this game already, they can sprint out to a lead. They can be up 12, and then all of a sudden still give up, 3 dumb threes to end the quarter, and all of a sudden the Kings are up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch that because I want to be
Not
cheering
yet.
for the Nuggets on this
Not yet.
live stream. I just think it's bad energy
Hey,
if I'm
well-
sitting here actively rooting for something. So I have taken, for my best bet, I have Jokic over 9.5 at the plus odds, and I have minus 1.5 in the third quarter.
All right.
So for those
Cheer
out
for
there,
it.
that's what I have. Obviously, in the comments, let us know any bets you have. We will absolutely cheer for your bet.
We've got,
We
one
are
over there as
huge in the syndicate of just cheering for each other's bets. So if you have one, even if it conflicts with mine, I will be. It's good. It helps me to know that there's someone out there who made money.
Fade or follow.
That's right. So those are my two. You guys both kind of sound like you're in a wait and see approach. Is that accurate? Anything
Made a
that
holding
you have?
pattern.
I'm sitting on to winnings. I'm up 40 for the game, so I'm in no rush. Right.
Yep.
That's a 2-unit win for the night. If I'm up 2 at the end of the night, I'll be very happy.
Right.
So, if I see great odds, maybe the Nuggets come out to a big lead and we can get some value on the Kings live in the third quarter. I'm going to pull the trigger on that. And then really I'm saving my bets for the fourth quarter. I think I'd love it if the Kings want a little bit of a run while Jokic is out. Make the same play I did in the first half on the second half. It's all about finding a trend that you like. Whenever Jokic is out, we have one of the worst plus minuses in the league. When he's in the game, we have one of the best. So if I can just bet on that, I feel great.
Dan Mann, our producer, you have been listening along here. Any of these bets that stand out to you? Anything that you're liking?
Knowing how Denver handles their quarters, I really like plus 260.
For the Kings. Okay.
Again, I'm like you. I want to root for the Nuggets.
Yeah, don't want to put that energy out there, but the value is there. We just say it. You do what you will with it.
How about this? Kings plus 5.5 at the end of the third quarter. I mean,
What are the odds?
So minus 118.
Minus plus 5.5.
Well, they're down 5, so that's not the third quarter specifically.
So you're
That's
saying-
the overall total.
you're saying Kings will either tie or win the quarter.
Yep, correct. Which I don't like. Like I said, that directly conflicts with my minus 1.5 bet that I'm pretty tied to. I have a feeling that this Nuggets team is pretty locked in and is going to, kind of make a pretty good run here in the third. Is my prediction. I've liked what I've seen. I've liked all the shots that the team has gotten right now. So that's my
Smoke out here.
take. That's my take right now.
If I could bet on something like first team to 70, first team to 75, I'd be all over that. You see that in football all the time. You
Right.
have to do it pre-snap. Again, we're just betting on trends, and we've noticed that the Nuggets are very good with Jokic on the floor, and you can bet on that. If you are a Nuggets fan who watches the games, we know right? Some dude in Nevada, some dude in Wisconsin who just wants action on every game. You're betting against him, not against Vegas. So find the trend, bet it over and over, stick to units like our guy AK-47 did. Started this year with 300, he's up to 23,000, just following pod bets, just following bets given to him by Kyle. You don't have to subscribe for that. Reach out to Kyle, you can have some one-on-one chats, negotiate whatever you want to do. He's putting my kid through college.
That's maybe.
Trade school.
Yeah. They come out, get us a bonus one. We talked about liking his over.
That's why she's
I didn't
out.
like it at 30.5, but it does appear that they are really force feeding him.
If the Kings
in
go
there?
on a little run here, maybe they go on a 6-0 run, they get up 1 or 2. I'm going to take the Nuggets live spread for the third quarter. Here you go. Some shitty transition defense.
Yeah.
Foul. Jokic, tic-tac foul, maybe gets upset.
Oh, he's no. Jokic, Monte fouled him intentionally. Jokic thought that he was grabbed on the rebound. Also, Jokic, I think, is a little frustrated because he gave Monte a wide open shot there. Like I said, Nuggets continuing to get good shots. I like that.
Yeah.
Here, very.
Jokic, frustration foul.
Yeah, there Jokic hit him. And it's weird because maybe that's why he threw it away. There, you do see that where Jokic, he self-admitted it over the All-Star break. He said, that's where I need to grow the most. He said, is being more vocal. He said, being more, wow, good contest there, though.
Yeah. Quick closeout.
Being more kind of less affected by the officials. And, if I get a bad call, just kind of keeping my head down and keeping on moving.
Yeah.
So something that's definitely interesting.
Wow.
There.
Who was that?
I like the shots that we're getting right now.
Yeah,
we
so
start
Nuggets
the
right
second
now,
half.
we have 65-63. What I'm really looking for is if Sacramento gets up by a couple points and we get a timeout. That's where I'm going to make my betting action. Get a couple seconds for the line to reset.
Yeah.
Make sure, because we're betting from about 30 seconds behind, I want to have the same odds that somebody at the game does.
Right.
So if I'm making my bet on a timeout, like if the line might move a little bit, but I know I'm not making it with outdated information.
Right. I think that here, bad possession by the Nuggets. As it got in with 2 seconds, we had a back to the basket 15 feet away from Jeff Green.
Yeah.
Which is just never what you want to see. Those are the possessions that I think hold this team back, and why they can be inconsistent is you've just got to say, hey, right now we have an MVP and everything should be through him, barring, transition
He
or
should
something
touch the
like
ball.
that.
Every possession, he should
Yep.
touch the ball. Oh, and he's
Exactly.
cutting to the hoop. Will gets it to him under the hoop. He's going to score.
Yep.
Simple.
So I think it's one of those things where it's like, hey, even if we have like a technical mismatch, we're not going to put it to Jeff Green 15 feet away.
Right.
Like, even if it's someone a little bit smaller, whatever it is, Jokic is still touching the ball. Jokic can find that mismatch off of that there.
Jokic was 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists according to Altitude. I don't think that's right.
No, because they said 5 on FanDuel, but maybe got corrected in the thing.
4, they said?
Yeah. Well, he just got 5 because he just kicked it to Will for a 3.
There you go.
And that's someone. That's the other thing that you have to think about is that Jokic has a great connection with Will Barton, and so if Will is going, Jokic's assist numbers are going to go up.
The other thing I'm looking for is if this is close when Jokic is getting ready to go out with 2-3 minutes left and Sacramento is down by 5-6 points and I can get them at that plus 5.5 for the third quarter spread, I'm probably going to pull the trigger.
Yes,
and
that's a great
I'm
bet.
hopeful then that Jokic goes out a little earlier.
Right.
If
You could middle that, too.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
That's
Exactly.
true. Not a lot to change here, 70-65.
This is when so this is how my live betting brain works. This is when I start to think about money line. So what's the money line right now? I'm guessing it's like -2 something. But
Minus 435.
435. Holy
Yep.
shit. Anyways, but that line is going to shift a lot in the next
Minus 500.
8 minutes. That line is going to shift a lot. So
Plus
when
375.
Jokic comes out, and the Kings eventually get back within one, that's when you start to look at that line, and because it's the fourth quarter, because you were patient and you waited, that line, the variability of that line shrinks. So what might have been a minus 225 becomes a minus 175, and you just got 50 cents of value on your bet.
Yeah.
So I think those are the sort of things that I'm going to
Great.
look for.
Pass.
Yeah.
Unless they keep playing like that, in which case it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
7-0 run and a timeout here.
So
8:06
this is exactly what we talked about at halftime though. What did I say? I said I think they're gonna come out hard. You guys are talking about that early Jokic. That is another thing that is, as Ryan said, Malone has gotten better, but this still is a Malone staple. Is if we get up big, he will try to steal minutes for Jokic. And so where normally he'll take him out at 4 minutes, he might try to take him out at 6 and be like, hey, maybe I can buy the extra 2. And if our bench plays well, we don't have to bring him back in, right?
I don't think
Something like that. So I think right now the version of the game that we are looking at is still very much in play. As far as the Nuggets sprinting out to a lead, Dan talked about that third quarter money line. I'm sure it's way higher than the plus 260 that it was at.
Third quarter is
Just 220. So still got value if you got that 265.
and just
I'd
for
have
the
to.
quarter. Period. Spread betting live.
Yeah,
I guess I don't understand this one yet. I have to think about it.
but
Oh, okay. Okay. It's the same bet, just different lines.
this one's just the period. That one is
I think
the spread overall. So that's the game one. That one is how many points are they outscoring them in the third quarter?
I think
is my
it's period.
interpretation.
It's just minus 3.5 for okay odds, and then plus 1.5 for shitty ass odds.
Could be as well.
Some chicken.
Also, the Kings fans, we should mention, this was a fan base that when we were young, the Kings fans were unreal. When they had Christie, they had Bibby, they had Weber, and the NBA
Flop
robbed
Divac.
them of of beating the Lakers in that game 6 with terrible foul calls. But that's a passionate fan base. I think they are a fan base that if they got the right team in there, people would be surprised. Kind of like people were surprised with the Warriors when they got really good. And they were like, oh my gosh, so much passion. And now the Warriors fan base isn't as passionate
been
because
priced out.
they moved them out of Iguodala said, he said, yeah, I mean, the real fans can't afford to come anymore, you know? So
Similar to
potentially
Oklahoma
similar
City.
thing with the Kings. I think they're a dormant team that if things could go right, and unfortunately they have one of the most incompetent owners in sports in Vivek.
Period.
He is
Spread betting 6.5.
Not good at all.
7.5 now.
Nah, just leave it be,
I
baby.
like
You're
it.
forcing it.
I
You're
like
forcing
it.
it.
It's 74.65.
You're forcing it.
It's just for the period.
You're forcing it.
So the Kings
Just chill.
hang on here.
Jokic hasn't even gone out of the game. Make that bet when Jokic goes out of the game.
He's coming out in 2 minutes.
Why are you betting this when it's going to be 12.5 in 2 minutes?
Okay. I'll wait. But I'm trying to do some math here and see if it was plus 7.5. The Kings would have to be down by
Oh, that's a turnover. That's
12.
Yeah, I think Gordon did touch it beforehand, but this is by the way a mistake that a lot of teams make, and the reason Sabonis, Sabonis killed during the minutes where Jokic was on the bench, but you can see Jokic is just fine in the post against Sabonis.
Good ball.
Does he have 4 fouls? Jokic?
Sabonis there. I know he took one ticky-tack one.
Because the unders might be worth a look if he has 4. Right. He's smart enough where he doesn't pick up the stupid ones anymore most of the time. But if he's pissed off, he definitely.
Man, the Barton, I think that hits is over. Oh no, that's 21. Oh no, he made the free throws. Yep. So 22 and a half. That hits that halftime over. 25 already. Oh yeah, he hit the pull up as well. So he is.
He loves going off against Sacramento too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like he always busts them up.
Yep. It's a now a 12 point. Ryan said it would be 12 and a half and advised Deeds to slow down. And what advice that was. Now it's
Spread
14.
is still similar.
Yeah. I think those are locked with that one. But
It's
Barnes with a big three.
This is a good live betting advice. It's like the stock market. You never try to catch a knife while it's falling. You let it hit the floor and then you catch it.
Yeah.
You never want to be the person who could have bought a little bit lower when the run is still happening. And you don't want to be the person who gets in on the middle of the run. Like, you might make a little bit of money, but you don't feel as good as if you would have just gotten in early.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think, like,
Right. Oh wow, just dropped down to 3.5.
And here we are.
That could be just a possession change, though, like a missed nugget shot.
yeah. I just think never underestimate the Nuggets' ability to blow a lead.
Yeah.
So,
Also, something to think about as well is Jokic was mad on that last possession that they didn't give him the foul call when he was dribbling. And so he is going to be a little more aggressive now. And then Sabonis scores on the other end. So we're going to see a little bit more of an aggressive Jokic, I think, coming in here. This is the offense that I hate because Jokic is unselfish enough that he will let. Wow, I mean, scored it, but
used it. That is pretty wild.
that was
Those are
a
the
very tough bucket.
Those are the AG moments where you're like, man, like this team could be so fun with Jamal too. Because if Jamal is on the court, that is so much more open.
Yeah.
For AG, like the gravity of Jamal and Jokic on the same side of the floor opens up a whole new world. To quote a magical story.
Yeah.
No good.
No, that was his feet were not set.
Not at all. I don't know.
But
why.
AG, like, I just dislike the possessions where we have someone other than Jokic in a back to the basket situation. The simple fact is that it's not typically good offense. Jokic is so good that it is good offense, and Jokic is also unselfish enough that he'll be like, all right, go ahead and cook. Oh my gosh. We are getting a bad Jokic third quarter here. He just threw the ball away, 4:48 left on our view there. We talked about it. This team is going to let him back in, and it sure looks like they're going to, giving up a 9-2 Kings run the last 2 minutes, make that 11-2.
Sabonis is busting
Great
Jokic
timeout.
up right now.
Yep. And
Back to a 5-point game.
yep, exactly where it was at the beginning here. So something to look at. I think that,
What did I say about fourth quarter, about 7 minutes?
and you also said Malone's going to call them out. Wait till that.
I
And
did
now,
say that, but, yeah.
something to look at here.
Don't like it now. I
As
liked
it-
it a couple minutes ago when the Kings were plus 5.5.
I like. Is that a quarter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's like Kings would have to be down by 6.5 or less.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think they'll be down by 6.5 or less, but minus 162 is just terrible.
Yeah, it's. I'm not feeling good about either one of my bets here. The Jokic assist, he might settle down here. You know, Malone might get into him, but it's been bad. And then also the third quarter, I was obviously in a great place, and then
Result at the end of the third quarter: Kings plus 550. How much did you bet on the other one? Did you take it?
I'd say That's a tasty one. Dan the man, are you officially jumping on the ship of the Kings for the third quarter at plus 550?
That's cool. I
Is
didn't
that
see
tight?
that.
Is that enough?
Kings and Nuggets locked arms during a moment of silence in solidarity with Alex Len, Ukraine ahead of the game today.
That is very cool.
That's awesome.
If they would do something.
That's so.
I didn't know who Alex Len played for. I assumed that somebody would do something, but I'm glad it was the Nuggets, and I'm
Yep.
glad they did that. That's cool.
Yep, that's super great.
Sorry, Dan.
Dan, is 550 enough for you to unfurl that big producer paycheck and sprinkle a few thousand on it, as that is your unit bet?
I made a bet.
Not yet.
Spread at the end of the third quarter, plus 6.5 is minus 125.
Ooh, I love that.
I took it for 50,
Okay.
2 units.
All right.
So if I lose it, I'll be down $10 because of the juice, right? I made 2 units earlier.
Yep.
I'm betting another 2 units, or I'm betting to win another 2 units.
Yeah.
Vegas wins on the juice, right?
Yeah.
We'll see how they do.
Yep.
Right now, I just need the Kings to play even.
Also, they're showing on the broadcast right now. We've found the altitude broadcast, and the Alex English not being included
We didn't
in the
find
NBA
anything.
75. We found it.
We
on
just
login.
switched the NBA League Pass to the Nuggets because we're not in Colorado, as we already discussed.
Yeah.
We're all on vacation, which is why we decided to make this podcast sort of a new thing.
Airbnb.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Beautiful. Somebody really decorated it well.
Jokic assists there, which is great for me.
Jokic should be on the list ahead of Alex English. He's an MVP.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying Alex English was the leading scorer in the NBA in the 80s. So, like, you can't tell the story of the 80s and, like, the high scoring, the pace, all that stuff. Like, it's not Bird, it's not Magic, it's not any of that. It's Alex English. And so that matters. And the fact that he wasn't included is
I've got some cards if anybody's interested.
And no Nuggets other than Melo.
That's absolutely an and one, but that's another Jokic assist. Well, let's go, baby.
And Gordon just
Mm-hmm.
busting them the fuck up.
Yep.
Oh, good turnover.
Stays with Kings.
Sabonis is laughing.
He's happy. He's happy.
He's happy he's losing by 9.
Happy boy.
Yeah. Well, he knows that was absolutely out on him. Man, that is a grown man move by Aaron Gordon. I mean, Harrison Barnes is strong. Like, and we talked about, he is a tall player out there. You know, like it's not something
You
that
know
the
who
size
else is strong? Aaron fucking Gordon.
I mean, that was a really, really good play there. So back up 9. Now Barnes at the free throw line. 3:35.
We have Dish. That's how we're watching it.
That's right. That's right. We just signed up.
Yeah.
As they sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, and
New
if
sponsor.
they're listening,
Remember to get the hopper.
Yeah.
Record and play back TV at any time. You can get one for every room, and that's really
hire
what
me
you need
as
to
a
do.
consultant. I have an interview tomorrow.
And while we're doing that, let's take a quick break to thank our sponsors, Sharkey Financial Services. Remember, if your financial financial advisor is not a conservative, you're flushing money down the toilet.
Yeah.
Thanks to Matt Sharkey, always advising the podcast, gives out stock trading tips all the time. Don't
Yeah.
necessarily follow him, but he's an interesting guy to follow on Twitter.
Yeah.
And
He has a
gonna-
Twitter?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Bones. That would have been huge for me. Great
bets,
offense once again. Jokic.
Didn't realize I bet directly against you.
No, we can middle it. Oh, let's go Sabonis. Also, I'm pretty sure that ref was going to call that off Jokic, but Sabonis had such a big reaction that he just gave it to him.
Okay, Jokic playing a little longer than I thought he would here.
Yeah.
3 minutes left.
And we're getting some Jokic, Bryn Fords, and Bones Highland minutes. I love this because it lets you get... I mean, Bones missed an open 3 on the previous possession out of a Jokic pass, but it's an open 3. So the point is, like, you get your 2 shooters to the point we do not need Bones Highland taking Davion Mitchell defense personally. Okay. Well, There's Austin Rivers abusing DiVincenzo.
Sabonis has 29.
Yep. Yep. There's the turnover. Oh, Forbes wanted that.
Shit.
Let's
Why'd
go.
you hesitate?
Man, that is right where Bones Highland had a chance to win it in the Rising Star semifinals. It also did not go in a preview.
There's 31. There's the over.
Oh, did they pick that off?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They surely did.
that was a huge turn.
Yep.
Did you bet or did you
2
just
minutes.
give up?
Middle.
2 minutes
Middle.
later.
Middle. What do we need to middle? 4? 3?
No, because I
What do you
need
have?
I need them to win this quarter by 2.
Did you bet?
So 7.
Oh,
You know what I
that's
mean?
Directly against.
Yeah.
You can't middle that.
Oh,
Cool. I could
wait.
roll it here.
Well, they gave it to the wrong team.
Yeah, 85, 87.
Mm-hmm.
Jokic is still in the game. Did you put
I
money on?
really, of course, I always put money on anything I give out on the podcast. Can't believe you would ask such a question.
Got it. I did not know.
This is a
Yeah, I wonder if I can just cash out.
Bones, not bad minutes from him, in terms of, like, the 2 threes he took were good threes. And the one time he did go 2 1-on-1 with Davion Mitchell, it led to an Austin Rivers basket. A busket. So good for him in that regard. Man, this is going to be an absolute war now, and now we're not going to get Jokic until
Plus
6.
and a half. Jokic has to be
minutes.
going out, right?
Yeah, and he's not going to go in for a while. Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, it's minus.
By the way, the Blazers,
But still.
they are giving it out with coast-to-coast coverage right now. Nurkic out 4 weeks. That's going to be a season ender. The Blazers are losing,
Blazers
and they are
trying
going
to be bad. They're
Right.
just being good because they are. Like,
Right.
They have fun young players, but
Right.
they're going to lose games whether
And-
Nurkic plays or not.
Well, but I'm saying he's not coming back.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they are, because they're going to lose the whole 4 weeks he's out. And therefore, they're going to say, okay, we want a higher pick. Because I think that's, at this point, with Dame coming back next season, I think that's almost the only way you can sell him, is if you say, hey, like, we have a Paolo or we have a Chet Holmgren, someone like that. I'm interested to see what we come out with out of the timeout. No Jokic. There, that was definitely Austin Rivers was hit.
It's minus 25. Kings plus 1.5. I mean, I bet it. Oh, and yeah, it's for the quarter. Yeah, definitely do it.
Right?
Oh wait, they have to be down by less
Alright.
than 1.5 at the end of the quarter, or just the
I
Kings
don't know.
do it.
No, I'm too scared. I don't
Nope.
understand.
There's Jamike.
Glad you didn't do it. Okay, both of my bets are still winners
Here we
thus
go.
far. I just need it to 5 points is great.
This is serious tension in the room. You guys can't feel it maybe on the podcast or on the live stream, but there's serious tension.
I doubled down. I don't know why it was a bad.
Oh,
I should have
man.
Are they shooting?
No, he's not shooting, but that's ridiculous.
So they give him the bucket.
You gotta foul CD Lamb if he's going to the bucket.
CD.
CD from the Cowboys, you got to foul him.
I-
Not
what's
Jeremy
his
actual
Lamb.
name?
Jeremy
Oh,
Lamb.
I wouldn't foul CD Lamb. I would let him shoot. Please.
Oh, you definitely let him shoot.
I don't know.
By the
I
way,
bet he's
also,
pretty good.
it's that time of the year where it's
my
off
God.
season and people are going like viral with NFL players dunking. I don't know why we're all pretending to be surprised that NFL players can dunk.
That's the least
But, like-
surprising thing ever.
It's like, yeah, this quarterback is 6'6". Austin Rivers. There's no way.
Offensive
That's, by the way,
flex
no way. That's a terrible call. That is
It was.
absolutely a
I'm very
flop.
lucky.
That was, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then giving that to a rookie with Davion Mitchell. That's really bad. you
Fucking
deserve
idiots.
to. You deserve to miss
Giving the
that
Nuggets
too.
the opportunity for a two for one. Oh, they didn't take it. Didn't take it.
That's the downside of having Bones run point here. Not the same awareness.
Just you wait.
For sure.
Oh, fuck,
sure.
Dan. Nuggets score. Tell me.
Here we go. Bones
Oh!
gets it sent through the whole state of California. There. That wasn't great.
There's our boy Jones.
Yeah, as we've said, love him. Love him as a prospect.
Sorry, Kyle.
Sounds right.
Damn. I felt good about it too, Kyle.
Oh,
Shot clock violation, they call.
yeah.
How bad?
Huh?
How bad? Not
It-
bad or bad?
As I stick to unit betting, so I have 1 unit on that, 1 unit on the Jokic one. Both are at plus odds.
Okay.
So
we need some Jokic
We need
assists.
some Jokic assists, which
Let's-
we have.
Let's start. We've got him already, or
Well, we
need to
have.
start?
He hit 3 quickly there before he went out.
So let's see how many he has. What do we need him
so-
to have?
We took him to have 10. So
He's got 7. So we need 3 in the
Fourth quarter. Can do
Yep.
that.
We could do that easy.
yep,
140 plus 70. I'll be at 210. I'll have doubled my money tonight.
that's it.
That's what we need.
Yep.
Just
Let's
to come
see what we
together.
got.
Yeah.
Come together.
All right, let's start talking fourth quarter strategy.
Also, by the way, that is a totally fine shot. Like that's an example of, as a Nuggets fan, sometimes people will go, "Oh, like what a terrible close to the court." Like that's JaMychal Green, who's basically playing your 5, getting switched on to Davion Mitchell and making him take a fall away 12-foot jumper. Like he made it. Good for Davion Mitchell, but as none of your defensive principles were violated
Right.
there. Like you did what you
He
needed.
made a good shot.
Yeah,
It's the NBA.
Yep. But yes, I agree with you there, Dietz. Let's take a look here. See if we can triple your money here. Somehow we'll see what we can do.
Pull a Kraus-like night. I'm going to end the night up 23 grand.
That will probably not happen. Unless this stream goes for a lot longer and Russian table tennis is involved.
If you could still bet on that.
Which
I'm
we
sure
will
there's
not bet
sanctions
on out
against
of respect.
solidarity.
Right. So right now we've got it. Oh wow! It looks like they gave the bucket to the Nuggets. Your bet still hits.
There's a nice report of that.
Yeah. Green did get it off beforehand, so they went and reviewed it, and looks like it is a 5-point game. 92-87.
Wow. Crazy.
We've got here. Looks like the game is locked right now. As soon as it becomes
Just pop back up
an
for me.
unlocked thing.
I've got Nuggets 5.5 is the minus, and then money line is 350. Kings is plus 270. Then for the fourth quarter, Nuggets spread is minus 1.5. Kings spread is plus 1.5. So they think this is going down to the wire.
Right.
If you think the Nuggets are pulling away with this, I think you would make your bet.
I will just tell you Sabonis is coming back in before Jokic is.
Sure.
And therefore that's what would keep me away from the fourth quarter bet there. I do think I'm interested in Jokic points. I do want to see that. All the player points were locked. When I last checked, but let me see if I can
29.5.
29.5. Yeah.
What's he got right now?
He's a 17.
Oof, under.
Man.
He's not scoring 12 in the fourth quarter, right?
I wouldn't. I was hoping it was a little lower.
23.5.
Okay.
23.5. Oh, definitely
Over that.
take over.
Oh, it's plus odds.
Yeah, take 23.5 is a great bet.
I'm going for that.
What is he at?
He has 17, so it's 7 points, and he is going to score in bunches here. I'm just telling you
Plus
to
115.
close this quarter. So that's one of my favorite bets here.
Putting a unit on
Fourth
that.
quarter is
Solidarity.
back.
That's a hammer, boys.
Yep.
It's Thor's hammer coming back.
And Davion Mitchell and Fowles Bones Highland. These are, by the way, any any fouls that our bench can pick up before Jokic comes in are so good. That's something that Boogie did a great job of, and I think part of why he got the full year is, he just forced so many fouls on blockouts and all that stuff. So now Jokic, who causes a lot of off-ball fouls.
Spread is plus 9.5 right now.
Well, Austin Rivers, if he's going to hit that, let me tell you, Sacramento is in trouble. But to continue my point, Jokic actually draws a fair amount of on-the-floor fouls. And so
On Sacramento.
if they can do it.
Did you do plus 9.5 Sacramento?
No, I just want Jokic to have to play the rest of the game.
All right, we got Jeff Green in the post. This is offense. In theory. There, a little something for the live viewers.
Very shawty. Sacramento's going cold.
That's the thing that just doesn't make sense about the Sacramento. I suppose we can talk about this real quick. The Halliburton's just the perfect player for the league.
Wow.
Like, he's a big guard who can shoot threes. And you can just see out here, like, the spacing, it's just not quite there. And I just don't understand. I mean, Halliburton was, obviously, he said he was very surprised. Jermichael Green does not get away with fouling twice
Same
in
possession.
two possessions. They do call him for the second one there. But Austin Rivers hit a three and assisted on a three.
Yeah.
He's Austin has had some really good bounce tonight. It's looked more like when we signed him last year, where he's had that step back. He's had that really quick first step. A lot of really good things if you're a Nuggets fan. He's been someone who's pretty vocal about the schedule and everything has been really hard on him. And he hasn't felt like himself.
And
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah, and was hurt because of it. Exactly, and he talked about that
Get out.
pretty openly.
Get out of here.
So
You don't have to get down. Just don't be in my face.
you got a 9-point game here.
Only other things I'm looking for. I've probably made my last bet. The only situation I would make a different bet, maybe if Sacramento went on a little run here.
Man,
Wow. Offensive foul.
yep, they got bones for something. That was an unbelievable pass, by the way. The afterwards, the thread that through. Sabonis already back in.
No, I thought they might bring him in. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yep. Oh, wow, and a turnover on the entry pass. Really bad. And De'Aaron Fox back in. So Sacramento's trying to make their run now. Something to look at. Think about, there might be a run here. Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Nice, Phil.
Do they count that?
Nope, they called it on the ground. But once again, a team foul for them. And that's... So if the Kings make a run here, a Nuggets live bet makes a lot of sense. Think about the fact that they are playing two starters. They're bringing them back in very early against our bench. And so this lead should close. If it doesn't close, you're in a lot of trouble as the Kings. If this is still hanging around 8, you're in a bad spot.
What's the number you look for if you want to live bet the Nuggets? Kings, get within 4, 5.
Yeah, block, man. That's 3. I think I think at 4 the Nuggets probably take a timeout. So I think you look for the Malone Rage timeout.
Yeah.
That you talked about in the third quarter, and we saw.
Played out well.
Yep, man, and that's on Sabonis too. I think.
Or Holiday.
Yeah, I guess I saw the block motion, so probably on Holiday, but Sabonis just grabbed his arm. Ooh, good job. This is unreal that this lineup is treading water right now.
I think they extended the lead, right? Because it was 5.
I don't like it at all.
Well, but I mean since Sabonis and them came back.
Oh,
in.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like, in the beginning it was like fair enough, but yeah.
And if you're following pod bets, right now we're cheering a little bit for the Kings to keep it close just so Jokic comes back.
Yep.
Gets the opportunity for 3 more assists and 3 more buckets.
Exactly.
And we don't need much. We just need the Kings to keep it close, keep it within 10. Huge bucket there. Gets it back down to 8 with about 9 minutes to play. We expect Jokic, what would you say, maybe around 7 minutes?
Yep. And especially if what should happen here is we should have a Malone rage timeout at around 8 again.
Yeah.
And that's when they brought Jokic back in the first half.
Yeah.
And we saw him close that first half in a really positive way. Also, I will say something else that we talked about. Ryan and I were not in disagreement. Ryan was saying the fundamentals of the bet were correct, but he wasn't taking it himself. Was the 14.5 rebounds look like a pretty free if you did take that as a under, and you got that at minus 125, I believe.
What's he at?
Oh man.
Oof.
Oh boy.
Tough one there. Was that a breakaway?
No, you're in front of the ball.
Okay.
Yep.
Even though they had another player on the other side of the ball.
Correct.
Okay.
It's when the foul occurs. You have to see.
Person with the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that is a bad possession there. So we've seen after 2 pretty good possessions, now 2 pretty bad possessions. A chance for Sacramento to get back in. They're looking for that breakaway, like you talked about. I don't think there'll be anything there for a flagrant or an intentional, but something certainly to look at. Dan the Man taking a nice nap out there. Good to see him getting his beauty rest as is required. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Also, we haven't talked a lot about this Golden State Portland game. It's hovered around 20. There hasn't been a lot of value there. Obviously, we're also focusing on this Nuggets game.
We talked briefly about taking Golden State when they got down by 10 early in the game. I didn't do it. I was a little nervous that the spread was still 5.5. I thought I could get it better if the lead was still that high at the end of the first quarter when Curry was still out. I didn't jump on it, and I'm paying the price. This Portland team's been playing better, so I don't think I made the wrong move.
Yeah, I think with Nurkic out, I think you just see that there's not a lot of talent left here with getting rid of Powell.
Yeah, crazy trade.
They also let go of Covington. McCollum isn't there, and then Lillard's hurt. And Nurkic is now hurt. So you know what I mean? Man, that was a terrible pass by Lamb. This is something that Nuggets fans are very sensitive to, entering into a post player. But Lamb just threw that at 100 miles an hour. Yeah. And it's like, sure, technically that hits a bonus in the hand, but that came in at about 500 miles an hour. Like, what do you want him to do?
Yeah. I don't understand why they got rid of Powell after they just signed him to that big deal over the offseason. That was such a quick turnaround for them.
Yep. I mean, I get it in terms of they think they can find value. There's always a lot of value in the Powells and the Covingtons, the role player defensive guys, especially wings. Contending teams are always looking to overpay for them.
They just didn't get much for him.
No, I agree. It was definitely
maybe the right guy, the wrong
yep.
Another foul there drawn by JaMychal Green. He's had a good fourth quarter. I thought he had a really bad first half there. And he's, once again, being put in a really hard position in terms of he's playing 5 versus Sabonis, who is an all-star. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not bad to be getting cooked by an all-star as JaMychal Green, who your natural position is
coming off
like power forward. yeah, and a bench power forward. Yeah. To get cooked by a all-star starter, it's like that's not, like starting player, not starting in the all-star game.
All right, another Kings bucket, 102.94.
Yep.
We will probably see Jokic come back in, so if you've waited to make that Jokic over points bet, I wonder what it is live now.
Yeah, Morris in, you've got Barton back in. We got a sneaky amount of shooting out there. Also very intriguing, man, JaMychal Green What a fourth quarter.
He's
He
the
is
reason.
determined to lose us money on Jokic.
They're up
He
by
says,
11.
I'll play all 12 here.
He's back.
Jokic is back.
Great.
Thank you, Dan.
We are a little behind here.
Yeah, I've got 105.94 currently. Spread is 10.5. And Kings is plus 1,200. I would not bet that. And I would not take Nuggets minus 3,000.
I am so proud of Malone for bringing Jokic back in here. In terms of, this is a play that he would have 100% been like, oh, Jamaica's cooking right now. He's
Right,
drawing
right.
fouls, he's hitting threes. And let him go too long. That's just growth. I think too often we talk about,
Ooh, foul.
Like, yep.
There you go.
I think too often we talk about player growth and player development. And I think as Nuggets fans, while it's been so cool to grow up with this team, it's also been cool to grow up with Mike Malone. Where this is a guy who was really slow to make adjustments in the playoffs. Was really having a hard time. Maybe sticking with veterans too long. Being too in love with the hustle players rather than the skills. All that kind of stuff. He really has had that growth and a lot of faith in that.
What are the odds you get Jokic double-doubles on?
Depends on the game, honestly.
Minus 200
This
-ish?
game, oh no. No. It's like minus 900.
Okay.
You can get him down there.
Jokic.
Missing a free throw
Big
there.
miss, big miss. But now
Yeah.
he just needs 3 buckets because he's got the 1 point. So he needs 6 more for us to hit that over. He needs 3 assists. We'll announce that as they occur, as he will be hitting both of them.
Yeah, we're big Jokic fans. Okay, a
Great
crazy lucky bounce for De'Aaron Fox.
Great bucket.
By the way, I don't know about you guys, but De'Aaron Fox
the
is
ball.
the kind of player who would get me fired as a general manager.
I love
Because
it.
I would believe in
I
De'Aaron
love him.
Fox
Get him
with
the ball.
everything I have.
Get him the ball.
When he was on the trade market, I wanted the Nuggets to get him.
Yep. I remember Ryan was sending me so many fake trades. And that's a terrible call.
Okay. Maybe we hope for overtime. Extra time for Jokic to nail our props.
No,
They are
we
up 10, so it's not
Jokic
that
can
bad.
score.
Look at that. He
6
didn't even
points
make
and-
contact with him.
We're out of whiskey, by the way. We killed it.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for us, though.
For us.
Dan the man, are you sipping on some whiskey over there
Whiskums.
for the live viewers?
I sure am.
Hey, there you
Show
go.
us the cup.
What are you working on over there? What
Alright.
Razorback.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Here's a cup.
I really considered Arkansas. It's very beautiful.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Arkansas is really beautiful.
Like, Fayetteville is an underrated town, honestly.
You know who else? You know who else went there? Scott Hastings.
Mm-hmm.
Great Razorback. Big
We
listener of the pod, big
we
listener of the
saw him as well at the Nuggets draft party when they took Porter Jr.
Yes, that's right.
Matt Dietz and I were there in attendance.
Oh yeah, got the
Blazers ball.
shirt to prove it. Blazers
That's right.
ball. The march to cover the 20-point spread. Ryan put the whole house on.
Yeah. the minus 30 spread. Ryan's like, this is clutch right here. Let's get a 3. Also, it is wild that this game is only in the third quarter. This Golden State.
And
Yeah.
look at how full the stands still are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine how I've got a little bitterness because I was at Game 6, where
Not as much bitterness as the Portland fans who were there.
well, they were very mean to me. They
Yeah.
were very mean to me, and so I like watching them just have a terrible franchise. I hope they're never good again. I honestly hope nothing but bad things.
Do you ever go on the Rip City subreddit after they make bad trades or anything?
No.
It's good.
Yeah, I just love the picture of Jokic with the city burning behind him, as like I I look at it sometimes just to make myself feel happy. It's sort of my safe place.
It's as the world continues to burn, Ryan's like, you know what? This is a burning photo I can like.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is something that brings
Because
me comfort.
Jokic literally destroyed their franchise. I watched him destroy the Trailblazers franchise.
He destroyed the best core in the last 25 years for that
Yes.
team.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be gone. The coach, both of the stars,
Yeah.
the GM.
Yep. Hey, where do we think we can kind of get into that now at this point? Do we think there's any way? I kind of alluded to it with this game. Is there any way that they save Damian Lillard in terms of obviously you traded away McCollum? We think they're going to tank, so I think they could be headed for they could get in the top 10. I don't know how high they can get because some of these teams that are bad are truly awful.
Well, it's
And
flat
the Blazers.
odds too, so it's not as easy to
Right. But like even let's say they get lucky, they get a top, 4 pick and they get Paolo from Duke, who I think would be my favorite prospect, but is
and
anywhere
fits very
from
well for them.
anywhere from 3 to 5 in these mock drafts right now.
He fits
And
very well with
Correct.
Damian Lillard.
is that enough
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Damian
Yeah,
to
he's
stick
staying.
around?
He wants to stay.
I don't know.
He's Bradley Beal. I'm telling you, he's Bradley Beal.
I don't
I don't
know.
The
Bradley
guy
Beal's
loves
staying.
the city.
I don't
The
think
guy
Bradley
loves the
Beal's
city.
Yeah, Bradley. They leaked that he's open.
Well, so Beal can get money, and he
Right.
likes the city.
Right, it's 40 extra million if he
Yeah.
stays. Okay.
Yeah. Like if you liked where you lived, and got so used to just being a really good player on a bad team, wouldn't you be okay with just saying, oh, you know what, like.
That's an assist
At what point are you not a competitor anymore?
for $40 million
dollars.
dollars.
But
Right.
you are a competitor. You're one of the best players in the league.
I also
Like why?
I think
well,
that's
hold on,
how
why
he
do
views
we?
it.
Why
Yeah.
like as a small market franchise, we cannot be trading away these franchise players. If he wants to stay in Washington because he really loves the city of Washington and he likes living where he lives, he likes the city,
Yeah,
he's
likes the
happy,
stability.
he's a good fucking player. Like why can't he just stay in the city?
And also to answer your question from a different perspective, Dan, I think that also when you are in that, you almost look at it as one, you're like, hey, I want to be here to turn things around.
Yeah.
There's a stubbornness to, people saying, now people are like, yeah, Beal puts up stats, but is he a winning player? Like, can he win with it? And he wants to prove that wrong, right? Yeah. The other thing is that I think that
How is that not a foul? Man,
I don't know.
2 buckets.
They're swallowing the whistle. But I also think that it's the big fish, small pond,
Yeah.
where
I
no
will
one
say
says
that-
anything to Beal, and Beal probably, his work-life stress, is probably non-existent.
Well, the
Because
other thing,
everyone,
Kyle,
think of it as it's a crappy job, but you're the most senior and you're the best at it.
Think about like sometimes it's not your position to build the team around you to win. Like,
Of course.
if you're Bradley Beal, you're sitting there saying, I led the league in scoring last year.
Right.
Like, it's not my job to be the GM. Like, you guys figure that out. I like Washington. Like, you guys build the team around me. I'm one of the best players in the league.
And
Very
very easy to build around.
And I can
In a
win with
modern NBA.
anybody. I won with Russell Westbrook. I got Russell Westbrook another max contract.
Yeah.
Like, give me somebody and I'll win with them, but I'm not leaving. You're stuck with me. And you're going to pay me $40 million more than I could get anywhere else. I'm going to ruin your salary cap and be mad at you for not being good
And
enough.
I also think,
You're gonna be too
Beal,
good to get a good pick.
I think, we see this in all jobs, and I just think, why would the NBA be any different? How you identify success a lot of times depends on what's attainable for you. And so what's attainable for Beal is he can say, I am one of the best players in the league. So he probably gets up for certain games, and it's like, I outscored that guy, I guarded him well, and that's how he defines success. Yeah. And I think I could see Dame. Dame responded to someone on
He led
Twitter.
the league in scoring.
Yeah, Dame responded to someone on Twitter. He said, "My family's taken care of for life."
Yeah.
he's like, what do you mean? Like I'm a failure in the NBA? He's like, my family's taken care of for life.
And he made a Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Like people, that was 2 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
like
They shouldn't have done it.
to bring it back to
we
Dame,
should have won that game.
100%. But to bring it back to Dame, like it's not like his success is so far gone. He's not Bradley Beal. Like he's been in real chances to win playoff games. He had iconic moments in the playoffs.
Shut
Like,
down the
he's-
Thunder from
and-
half court.
And as a person who lived in Portland during Dame's like true prime in those early years,
Do we
like,
think it's done?
it made me so mad as a Nuggets
In
fan
Portland, it's
how much they loved Dame.
Mm.
It made me so mad because I wanted somebody who was like Dame because it was
Could embrace.
Jokic. I'm
Right.
like, how do you guys have this fun ass team and I'm rooting for Carmelo?
Yeah.
Like it made me
Or-
so mad. You
or
remember
Nurkic.
those
Or
times
you're
when
yeah,
I
there's
had a lot
Nurkic
of
and you had
Moutier.
Fareed. We
I
had
had
Fareed and Moutier
Moutier. Oh
on
my
the
God, I
on the
hated
billboards.
Moutier.
Yeah.
I hated
Joffrey
Moutier.
Lavernier.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, those
So,
were dark
anyways,
You're gonna follow
I
back
just,
for a
I
second.
think, I don't think it's done for Dame. I think he's staying in Portland.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I think he's staying in Portland. The only other thing that I don't think is crazy.
I just don't think the Lakers rumors came from nowhere.
Hold on. Well, this is a little Rotage after dark, but I could see an AD trade
Wow.
Maybe a Westbrook
and
trade,
just
not
get
AD.
rid of AD.
Westbrook's the problem.
Well, 100%. You have to. You might have to cut Russ. Like you might just have to
Amnesty him?
take the deal. Like take the.
I think
penalty.
he's got 3 years.
Yeah,
$4
it's a
million
long
left.
time on his deal. I don't understand why they did that. There was no one. But to
Come
bring
on.
it back to the Nuggets,
Shooting.
I just want to say it makes you
It won't.
appreciate Jokic even more
Yeah.
to think of the fact that our role players are not that different.
No, hell no. He's just
Between
a
the
facilitator.
Wizards.
Yeah, he's a facilitator.
But Jokic is literally so much better on offense
Yeah.
that
For the team. Oh,
exactly
he's
for
shooting.
what he
Let's go.
creates. Well, that's what we talked about with those big JaMychal Green, those big JaMychal Green fouls that he
miss?
drew.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he's missed 2 free throws so far.
He's gonna get pissed
He's
though, which is
single-handedly killing our.
Need to make one, that way a 3-pointer still hits it. Okay.
They're leaving him in until 2 minutes.
Need a
Because we don't have
Boogie.
Boogie.
Yeah.
If we had Boogie, this bet would be done. But yeah,
What did I have?
23.5 for him.
Yep.
And he's
So
a
we need a 3.
21.
We need
Yep.
3.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
I made that.
Yep.
A 3
Give
or
it to
an
him in the
and 1.
post here. He's pissed. Give it to him in the post.
yeah. Oh, Arden bringing it up is
Dan.
the way to do it.
I feel like you know things. I don't like it.
Get it back to him.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Jokic, please.
Assist.
Sis,
he
let's
needs
go.
one
That's
more.
2. Yep.
Needs
Let's
one
go,
more.
baby. Man, I'm telling you, De'Aaron Fox, by the way, might be a younger Russell Westbrook, where he's super fast, super athletic, but off ball, he just is terrible. Like off ball, he is awful.
Oh,
By the way, if you're Monte and you see Jokic sprinting, you have
Throw the
to
ball.
reward him. Yeah, by the way.
They might pull him here. Do they pull him here, Dan? Tell us.
You want to know?
Yes.
No, he's still in.
Okay.
Hey. By the way, Dante
What-
DiVincenzo
Hey,
has
what?
been having a terrible one. He says he's still in.
What did you just say after that?
He's 21 and 9.
It's 3:28.
23! He got the 23, baby! Oh, wait, no, he needs 23 and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good. We're good though. I like having just one basket to go. Come
And
on.
he needs 1 assist,
Come
1
on,
basket.
Yoke. You dirty dog.
Will Barton, 31 points.
Wow.
Man.
This is dangerous here. Maybe he's leaving.
Oh, damn the man!
What did he get?
Raises!
Is it the assist or the bucket? Tell us.
You.
Why?
I want to
Oh my fucking god! No, don't tell me I want to watch.
Okay,
All right.
Sabonis. Jokic is upset right now. We are at 323. Dan is far ahead of us.
A minute ahead of you.
But that's, DirecTV bringing you a little bit of a delay.
Come on.
I don't see it on ESPN,
You
Dan.
dirty dog.
Look at that. That's unreal. That's the 23 that you saw. So we knew that one. This is, by the way, unreal.
Oh,
Oh, he's out of the game, Dan.
We've got,
Oh shit.
all right, Fox. I'm telling you, I mean, after this game, what I'm seeing, and it's not his fault. Like, this is the classic, like, you have to build around what's there. But the competitive fire has been beaten out of De'Aaron Fox. Because there's no way that Monte Morris would drop this many points on them as he has.
We can fucking do this shit.
Dante, nope. Jokic rebound, 2 minutes. We have no one at the scorer's table. Yeah.
24. You had 23 in our version of time, our timeline.
you dirty dog.
Oh! Make that shit.
All right, we need one. Just one free throw here. Austin Rivers, there is no one
MVP.
who
Are they
talks.
chanting MVP at him? I hope somebody's chanting MVP at him.
Probably someone is. By the way,
Oh!
bang!
Let's go. How much was it for you?
No assist though, right?
Oh,
No, I need one more.
Okay.
I need
yeah,
one
don't
more
celebrate yet. Oh, we're still live. Follow us on Twitter. Rotosh Pod, baby. Can we cut?
Oh man, what a time! Jokic finally makes 2 free throws in a row.
We need an assist.
He's left. We need an assist, which is great because Jokic wants to be an assist. Oh, he's gonna sub him out. He told him to take a foul.
Cuck. Lucky as fuck. Oh! Let's go! Let's go!
Yes, sir.
Wow.
The podcast is up there.
185 to win 397.
Jokic, baby.
Jokic, let's go. That's a $400 win, baby.
How? What are you up to in the account now?
I put 40 on that bet.
Let's go, baby.
That was plus, I think, right? All right.
It's fun too when you're high and you've made the bet.
Everybody take a deep breath. He's not in.
Okay.
Oh,
Man,
Marcus.
I'm sorry for your assist loss. there,
Yeah,
buddy.
hey, it happens to the best of us.
Just 2 units?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not
Not a
how
bankroll.
bad.
Not a
the
bankroll. No.
Let's go.
What's 70 plus 85, and that'll be what I'm up for the night.
That is
155.
55-ish. All right.
There we go. You see it on the podcast. Putting it out in the universe.
that was a tight butthole moment, everybody.
We are up over 300 between
Just
the
for
two
the
of you.
night. Just for the
And with my $20, we're 280 as a podcast. We'll take those.
Not bad. Not bad.
So that's just spectacular to see. Dan is, of course, up a few grand on the night.
AK-47, follow all of our bets, put $1,000 on each, so he's up $3,000.
Yep.
3 for 4. Not bad.
Got him.
Maybe they'll regrade some of those Jokic assist numbers. We don't know.
We can't be positive.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would
You
be
love
fun.
a second day win.
I mean, also, I should say that I'm basing it off of the Marcus Howard with a heat check. The knee is feeling fine. But also,
he's got 9 on the Nuggets app.
I was going to say, he had 5 on the FanDuel when I looked, but then they had him at 4. So I should technically...
Right.
You should get a bump in
My-
value there at
correct.
least.
My
You should message somebody for
yeah,
sure.
we'll be on the phone with customer service.
We won't be on the phone. We have connections. We'll just email our guy and
Right.
get
They don't want to lose the sponsorship.
Our liaison.
That's right.
Shout out to Thrill for scoring 31 points tonight.
Yeah.
That was important, I would say.
Look ahead bets as we talk about Saturday, guys. Going for that Sacramento game and other things we're looking for, similar bets.
Yeah, I think that we've seen that. I think that the Nuggets are very content to let Sabonis try to post up Jokic, and even if he scores, they're just like, you're playing a game of 2s against us.
Sure.
And the Kings are not good enough. Malone, 3rd Nuggets coach, all time with 300 wins. Doug Malone, George Karl, he joins them.
Wow.
This is awesome. And
2 racist
great
guys.
win. Yes.
Is he our best coach?
Well, I would say
better
Carl
than
is
Karl.
probably no. Carl and Malone have a lot of the same trappings. They like the
I'll
coach's
never-
first guy.
I'll-
Like Carl would have played Facu.
Oh,
Facu would still be playing.
Yeah.
Is probably
Carl
the-
doesn't play rookies
answer
well as
there.
we've seen the court.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us on this live view. Follow us, Rotage Pod on Twitter. We're going to do more of these things, especially as the playoffs come up for the Avs, the Nuggets. The Avs are the most bet Stanley Cup champion right now, so that's great. That Kings fan just hugged Jokic. That was great. That was a wholesome moment. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, however you're hearing this. We hope this was helpful as a live bet thing. Like I said, we're going to try to do these more going forward and try to make you guys some money. So thank you so much. And Ryan, what do you have to say?
I thought we'd bring it out with a little Will Barton rap. You think I steal? Listen, when we are in this place and us, and Dan is in that place and me,
And Thrill is in that place.
and Thrill is in SAP, getting that money, we are one. Namaste.
Nice. Hey, short, Dano.
I just want the bag, y'all can play with it.